Can I start with just sort of big picture stuff first of all? It's your first squad of the new year, and a very important year it's going to be as well. Are you happy with all the plans that have been put in place for the various camps and indeed for Brisbane and for Australia?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. Maybe you remember that I said we have patience. We don't jump on the very first option that we get offered. And slowly the plan is falling into place. I think that we will have the best program of all countries.
And when you look at the training camp to come up, Germany and China, is the policy once again to try and play countries who are ranked higher than us in order to improve?
Yeah, we are facing Australia, Canada and Nigeria, everybody knows that. So we have to be ready for that pressure. And I'm again so happy that we had a camp in November where we could play Morocco because after such a high you always have a dip, and now we can build towards World Cup form. As you see, we have invited a few new players, and of course it's harsh decisions for a few other players, but we have explained in the camp of November that we need all our moments to have the most fair decision and the most objective decision that we can make to have the best squad in Australia. So yeah, some players are disappointed, but everybody understands really well what we're facing, and the players that are missing now are not out of the squad, but we have to see a few other players.
What are you hoping for from Eva Mannion and Marissa Kiva in particular?
Yeah, Eva Mannion is a centre defender. She was already on our radar before she unfortunately ruptured her ACL. She's been playing games out of the radar, so they were not on the streams, but we did get footage of it, and I've spoken with the coach, and he's very, very happy that we have invited her because he thinks she's ready to get to her old self, but he cannot offer her the competitive game. So it's a very good cooperation with Manchester United, and this is the only moment that we can decide whether we go ahead with her or not.
And Marissa?
Marissa Shiva, she plays for Washington Spirit. She's an attacking midfielder, and she came on the radar because she said that she was already busy for 2 years to get an Irish passport because her whole heart is here and she wanted to play for Ireland. So we were a bit surprised because usually it's the other way around, that we go to them, but we could help her to get the passport in that final phase, and she's over the moon because her family is here and it's her dream coming true. But she's an attacking midfielder, and also with her we have only video of her and we need to see her now.
So how important will this training camp be for those players in particular?
Very, very important. It's crucial, although we hope we can create an environment that they can feel free to perform. But as I said, we will not put players out of the squad if they're not really, really better than what we have.
Sorry, I forgot to say at the start there, just the injuries on the list there. Nave Fahy, half injury for Nave. Savannah's come back from ACL, she's training with Roberts at the moment. Chloe's a groin injury. Eva Colville's come back from ACL. Leanna's ankle. And then Ellen and Jess are obviously ACL as well. Ashley?
Yeah, Vera, just for the Irish public who may not be aware, can you give a brief overview of what the next 6 months looks like in terms of the camp and the friendlies that you'll play?
Yeah, I wish I could. Contracts have been signed, but in April we have a country that we cannot say yet. Soon that will be announced. I think
it'll be in the next couple of
after the camp. And we're busy with the 22nd of June to have a game. Because that is outside of the window, but everybody needs games and leagues are stopping, so not all players will be available, but we're looking for the 22nd of June for a game. That's also close to signing, and when we're in Australia we're trying to get a closed door game over there before we face Australia, and with all the players that are out of league, we plan to start, like all other countries in the same situation, start on the 11th of June here in Ireland with training camps.
Brilliant. brilliant. And Tony mentioned that it's first time call-ups for Aoife Mannion and Marissa Shiva. So they have received FIFA international clearance through family members that they obviously had here.
Yeah. Aoife Mannion has the clearance of FIFA. Marissa Shiva didn't need the clearance because she only wanted to play for Ireland. So she's only been in one training camp once at youth, but never played a game. She just wants to play for Ireland and did everything herself to make that happen.
And Kate McCabe, as of late, hasn't been playing as regularly for Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Have you spoke to Katie about that, and is that a concern for you?
Well, Russia's sister's journalist, so she has revealed last night that she had a chest infection, which is true. It was a very bad chest infection, but there's no concern about it. Coaches make choices, and we have to accept that. There's more players that have bench minutes, and with the regular activities that we have no concern about it.
And Bruce Littlejohn is a player that's back into the squad after injury?
Yeah, that is the same situation, that she needs regular training, regular game time, and we all know when she's fit that she's part of the squad. So we cannot carry the rule that you have to have regular playing minutes to be able to come here, because the only reason why we do it is to get ready for the World Cup. If we would have had a qualifying match this camp, it could be different, but she needs game time, she needs training, and therefore we bring her in because she plays with the under-21s. This week she played 70 minutes, she's training every day, and she will play again on Saturday before coming into camp.
Brilliant, thanks very much.
Vera, just on Katie McCabe, obviously there were transfer rumours to Chelsea. You don't think she's distracted by any of that? She's good to go?
No, of course, she said that it was a big hassle. But it went all through her agent, and she was proud about the interest, but she also understands the stand of Arsenal.
And then Vera, just how big of a chance is this in Marbella? Obviously a long camp, 2 games, a big opportunity for people to stake a claim and to really impress and nail their spot down, hopefully.
Yeah. We have some more opportunities to train, although it looks better than it is. Most of the players playing on Sunday, travel on Monday. We have recovery training on Monday. Then on Tuesday, there's no training. Second day after the game, whether it's in camp or not, we always get them fresh. So on Wednesday we start training. On Friday is the game. Then we have recovery again. Then we have a free day again because they need to be fresh for China. So then we are on Monday, Tuesday to prepare for China. So it's not the big training load. It's more the very focus on making the steps to get under pressure again and to be ready for the highest level.
And then Vera, just last one for me in the live. The injury list, Gareth went through the injuries that we have. Leanne Kiernan obviously a step back with her ankle.
Yeah, unfortunately.
How is her timeline looking like? I know obviously Ellen and Jess are pretty much ruled out of the World Cup. How's Leanne's timeline looking?
Well, let's take pretty much out. It's virtually impossible for them to get there. But Leanne, it looks like that her first game will be end of March. And that has been in the papers also, so it's not. I'm always very careful with private information, but it has been in the papers also.
Vera, we can just ask about the stadium change for that open match. I mean, obviously, sense of anticipation is huge anyway. That's something that lightens it again. But sure, it's a bigger venue in Sydney for the first game against Australia.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
My thoughts, fantastic. More Irish people can come in because it was sold out before the draw already, and we were very frustrated that we only had 1,700 tickets. So now the Irish people living in Australia and the extra fans that want to travel to Australia, they might have the chance. The division of the tickets have not been done, but I think FIFA has something to make good for us.
That stadium is over 83,000 capacity, I think. Is there? I understand Uvita, there's pitch redevelopment work for Uvita, so you're playing in Tower, which I know the players will be playing there and there's a connection there, but is that maybe a missed opportunity to prepare to play in such a huge arena, it's such a big jump to go from a stadium like Tower to play?
I understand your question. The very special thing about this group is that they do not perform less or different when they play for 5 spectators or when the stadium is full. We've seen that in Sweden, we've seen that in Finland, we see it in Telex Stadium. It pushes us when it's full. So I'm not concerned about that at all. We did investigate it and we tried to see if we can move the schedule, because it would have been a massive opportunity to try to have the send-off game. But not so much as preparation, but more that Ireland can see us. But Telex Stadium, hopefully the new stand will be ready and will be open, so then there's availability of 10,000 people coming in. And it's our home ground, we feel happy there. So it's just, we tried, it's not possible, but we make a massive party of it in Telex Stadium. And it's fantastic, such an opponent, it's amazing.
Can I just check there, that the game on the 22nd of June, I know it hasn't been finalised yet, but that will likely take place in Ireland?
Yeah, that's what we're trying, yeah.
Okay, because Tallaght probably won't be ready for that.
Yeah, then we need to try. We even tried RDS Stadium, but as an alternative, but it wasn't available either. So I'm not sure if this stand will be ready by then, but we will make a massive moment of it as well. But the 22nd of June is more really the let's say the preparation. We're looking for a team in which we can make the play ourselves also, and then against France to have the final, the biggest pressure on us, because that's what we need for the Australia game.
And the April game, is that likely to be part of the second camp that you got? Or would that
Yeah, yeah, that's the window. Yeah, the FIFA window. Yeah, yeah. So we will get back to moments that we lose again, but it's about 20th of July. Then we will be ready.
Can I just check, the game on the 22nd won't be in the Aviva? No.
No,
No. Okay.
unfortunately. But we've done everything, and we've tried to discuss the maintenance schedule, and which is virtually impossible. So it's a shame, but we're happy in Telex Stadium.
Switch to daily section. Yeah, sorry to see that.
Vera, you said that it's frustrating that you can't play the league stage, so given the choice yourself and the squad would rather play at the Aviva than Tallaght going forward?
Again, if we would
You
have
said
to...
that it's frustrating that you can't make that schedule work to get a game at the Aviva Stadium. Do you think going forward that's where you'd like to play after the World Cup?
It's more that send-off. We see John Taylor said one day we will play there, and that is what we always feel. And this would have been a perfect moment, because we think the send-off game, there will be a massive interest for it. Moving forward, we have not discussed that yet. Now it's up to the World Cup. Everything we're planning, we have different working groups on every single detail we're planning. The whole FAI is involved more or less to prepare for the World Cup. And we have monthly meetings with the coordinators of every group. So everything is related now. They have the best preparation for the World Cup. And to be honest, we don't look beyond the World Cup yet. Other than that, there will be a draw for the Nation League, and we need to prepare for the Nation League games. But everything we do now is to get the best out of Ireland for the World Cup.
Do you find it strange that the Aviva Stadium pitch is being put ahead of a team that's preparing for the World Cup and could potentially perhaps a missed opportunity to grow the game here to get a big crowd to Tallaght Stadium?
No, I don't have an opinion of that. Everybody has been involved. Everybody has been in a very positive discussions. There's also contracts involved, and so it is more than willing, because everybody wants us to improve, and everybody wants us to succeed. There's nobody also at the Viva Stadium or at the board, nobody that would not how do you say that? What's the word? Wanting us to play there. It's much more complicated than just a choice.
Lastly for me then, the National League is starting again in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be pretty different this year with teams going semi-professional, professional. How hopeful are you that will have a big impact on the players that are kind of in and around the national teams and the national team?
Well, it will take a few years to settle. But you always have to take, there is only one moment you can take the decision to go semi-pro. And this is the momentum. There's never a good moment, because there's always the phase that, let's say, the amateur clubs need to grow into semi-pro. If you do that now or in a few years, the situation will be the same. But we have now, in Dutch we say, the wind in our back. Do you say that here also? So we're making steps forward within the whole game, and you can feel that every day when we're in the office, when we're on the pitch, with all the girls coming in, all those grassroots activities, all those clubs that are growing. So this is the moment to do it. And all the clubs are facing it and also face the problems with it. But everybody's excited, and I'm sure within a few years you will see how the game is growing towards pro status.